Hey everybody, this is Sandman, and this is the first episode of Review My Matches, a series where I look into your replays against a particular character, and I provide you with useful tips and tricks, and I will point out any bad habits that you might be showing within the replay itself that works not exactly in your favor. This first episode is starting with a Mr. Ludvig who commented about the Anna matchup and how he's having particular difficulties with the matchup. And the difficulty shall be no more, I say, after these tips and tricks. And hopefully you'll have less trouble against Ana players generally after this. But before we get into the replays themselves, I want to highlight this video that I made before called, or a series I made called Optimize My Combo. I had a great time making or optimizing my routes in those replays. I'd like to receive more replays from you guys where you either drop a combo that could have won you the round or won you the game, or stopped a comeback, the like. Tekken 8 is a brutal game, so by optimizing your routes and maximizing your damage, you will be giving your opponent less opportunities to come back, and just make it way harder for them. And that's the goal of optimize my combo. So if you have replays that would fit in this particular type of video, I would gladly make it into episode 2 and more. If you don't know the frames of a move, and this can be because you're fighting a DLC character or a very rarely played character. You don't see them a lot. Maybe it's a Raven, maybe it's a Leo.
Auf geht's!
And you're getting hit by moves that you're not familiar with. Try experimenting with your fastest punishes or your fastest buttons after blocking said moves. In Shaheen's case, it's a 2-3 for standing, and his fastest while standing move is while standing 4. Or the, I guess, dick jab, but that's a universal. For Mr. Ludwig over here, I really like that he did 2-3 after a counter hit while standing 1. I think that's really cool, and that's something to keep. That's very good. It's a really good tool. However, Mr. Ludwig, you do panic mash with slow moves like back 1 or up forward 1 or up forward 3, the slower hop kick, or you use them at a distance where no pressure was created, so the move can whiff, or it gets hit out of the air, or it gets heat bursted, or you can get stepped and punished. You need to give those moves a better context so they can actually land. Another good thing, however, in the set that you had with Anna, you did learn to block more, and you did punish more moves, which is very good. So you're on the right track generally when fighting Anna. And one last thing, and this is to everyone, we should pay attention to whether our opponent is using moves in a pattern or is fishing for a specific thing. You get baited into mashing, but your opponent somehow or has a move that you know directly counters that, and then you get launched. So be aware of those moves. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Anna Williams and other DLC characters just have that characteristic of checking you with matchup knowledge. So hopefully, let's get into this. We can get some worthwhile results. You want to be really careful with Anna there because that stance that she goes into, I think it's called Chaos Judgment. That stance auto parries all lows. So if you reached her foot there, you would have got launched. So you might want to be careful with lows here. Okay, nothing you can do there. Lock it out. That's good. That's good. You might want to be careful with down forward 3 because it is minus. I believe it's minus 13. Right, this string here, I noticed that you've been tanking a lot of these for no reason because it is a down forward one string that goes into I think a two and a three. That both two and three are highs. So if you get hit by down forward one, you can you can react to it and then duck that third hit, right? So you get hit by the down forward one, two, and then three. This three is completely duckable, and then you can punish with a wild sang two and a forward four. So you see it says punish over there. It's very possible. Moves that start off with a mid and enter a high or a high high, such as Anna's down forward one two three here or one two four. Um, it's a player thing. People and players will always be spamming these kinds of moves because, well, they haven't been punished for it. Similarly to Dragonov's back forward 3 being a mid high, the reason why you see Dragonov players still doing it, even up to blue ranks, is because they're not getting punished for it. So, um, as soon as you see this down forward 1, you can block the two hit here and duck the four. You can see the four happening because it's a slower move. And plus you would have blocked the two here, and that would be enough time to react to the string. So let's do that one more time. Again, be careful with down four three. You can duck that, just like that, just like that. See that? Works like a charm. See that? And then you can go into your combo. Now, let's go back to the replay. Okay. A big underrated thing to do when facing any character, and particularly ones that you don't know, is to block. Just block. There. That's minus 11. So you should go for your fastest punish, which is in this case a hang on. Which in this case is a 2-3 into stance. Again, this is a knowledge check type of situation, and you're also mashing, or both of you are mashing. So my tip here is just to block. Right. So this must have been a slide input. Yes, this must have been a slide input. The thing is, with slide, you need to establish the mind game or the mix-up before you could actually go for it. Out of nowhere slide is nice, but since you have somebody as aggressive as this and a player, you might not want to pull it out of the blue like that. Again, this is like a knowledge check type thing. You got hit with a button that you're not too sure what it is on block, but there's no harm in trying your fastest punish from either crouch or from standing. There's entirely nothing wrong with going for a 2-3 here. Again, I'm learning here too. I'm not particularly knowledgeable in this matchup. However, I'm just observing these replays and giving my comments. That is a mid. That her power crush is a mid. Okay, then we will block. Minus 13. You can go for a 2-3 or a forward 2-3. If you're really cool, you can go for a forward back 2. Her power crush is a mid, so just be able to block it when you can, or when you expect it. Now, why did that hit? Would the down forward one worked? Yes. In this particular situation, Anna is trying to step your highs. In this case, she did a step croucher move, so 2-1 or 1-2 here whiffed. So you might want to go for a down forward one here. Good heat engager. Nice 1-2. I noticed that here Ludwig doesn't exactly know the punish for a lot of YOLO moves that Anna goes for. This heat engager, that butt bump, is minus 16. Um, in case of any player, you can just launch it with the up forward 4. Just before it here, it's a little aggressive. The Anna is mashing for her life, so that's why you got hit with that while standing move into stance. And that's just another knowledge check, so um, you might wanna be careful with those stances. Okay, threatening slide from one coast away. That's funny. Okay, what happened here? You went for the high. She ducked your high because you're not threatening with mids. You're not using down forward one to keep this Ana player in check. So she ducked you and launched you. She's plus. Okay, that move is hellish, so there's no worries here. You shouldn't mash after this sequence. You should maybe try to go for a side step, right? Okay, okay. See that? If you stepped that sequence, you would have been able to escape that unnecessary or excessive offense by this Ana player. And plus, you could have got a wall splat. You could have done something like that. Okay. These are good pokes. These are good pokes. This is good. One thing about the charge move here, it is a high, and after a heat engager, everyone can guess and try to step it. So you might as well try to delay try to delay it just for a second, and maybe you could have landed. Maybe you could catch them stepping. I didn't know that second hit was a high. Okay, but those two bazooka swings are a high, and you can duck the second hit. Well done. Take him to the wall. Right, what now? Okay, front back 2 is a little wild, but okay. There we are. A heat smash would have connected here. And it would have killed. So there's nothing wrong with going for heat smashes if you're in a shaky wall situation, like your opponent is stuck to the wall in a very weird way. Um, Absolutely nothing wrong with using heat smash or a heat engager, or to use your heat dash. That move, oh, 1-2-1 into rocket is not a natural combo. As we saw here, it's minus 14. This is a little ridiculous. The attempt I'm showing or the punish, but you could. So I'm not expecting you to launch or whatever, but it is minus. So you could have used a 2-3, a forward 2-3. This move is punishable. So punish it. That's basically what I want.
Round 2. Fight.
You're getting mashed out on the strings. You need to see again, player pattern. She loves that low from the stance. As it happens again, she loves that low into a high. You're mashing up forward 3. Stop using this button. That move is minus. Okay, that must be 1, 2, 3. Is it? It is. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 is minus 12, so you could use 2, 3, your 10 frame or your 12 frame punish. And then here. That's minus 16. Something like that. You could have killed. Another case where blocking could lead to a combo that could have killed. Down for it too. There we go. Okay. I use 122 a lot, and I do catch people with this counter hit button a lot and frequently, and like twice in one round sometimes, because some people don't learn. Right? Let's see. 70 damage, clean. Right? Choose the heat burst. She loves that button. You finally punched that button! Yes! I love it! Finally! You got plus frames and then use the plus frames against her. Very good. Plus. Don't mash. Relax. Did that. Ah. Did she whiff? No, she didn't. That's unfortunate. The players that usually go for a string and then immediately activate um, heat, like in this scenario, where technically it couldn't be their turn again, because in this situation you're plus 4. A good sidestep would have caught them. But you have to recognize that. So Anna gets plus frames here. And then she does the step into that. Is that 2, 1 or 1 plus 2? It's 1 plus 2. So she does that. She gets plus frames and does sidestep 1 plus 2, which is a launcher. And another times she goes for full crouch down forward 2, which is her launcher. I can't even pretend to be Anna for a second. All right, couldn't even experiment there. But yeah, this is another like habit that a player could have that you need to be mindful of. After heat engager, Anna's usually go for this jump kick into this rocket shot, which makes you take more chip damage. However, she's only plus 4, which means that we can buffer a sidestep right and evade the jab into the rocket launchers or the launcher shots that Anna's usually go for. In this example or in this scenario, Anna goes for this exact sequence and gets off more damage than we would like to take. But no, if you sidestep right while she's only plus 4, you can get a back turn punish if she goes for the rockets. Thanks for watching this analysis video of Mr. Ludvig here in his play against Anna. I hope these notes were useful and that you know the matchup more now. Yeah, I already ripped you enough for 20 minutes, so I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Check out my other videos. Yeah, thanks a lot. Have a good one.